Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Get your butt on in here. Perfect Timing Podcast is live. Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic. Built from tragedy. Made for static. It's your boy. Perfect Timing Podcast. Back with the blast. 2025 won't last. So we're going to do this real fast. Be in and out with a dash. And I hope you last, baby. Let's go. We in the building. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, everybody, as you come in. Hit the like button. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. It's the same, man. Y'all know what to do. Monday morning, man. Who got the Mondays, man? We up early, bright and early, man. Been early. I got some chamomile tea. What's your live, babe? Do you do coffee? Do you do chai? You know I like chai. I like the golden milk. You know what I'm saying? This is that nice Starbucks cup that my wife got for me, man. Keep your tea nice and hot. I remember one time I had to do an assignment in San Jose. I had to drive like 4 hours to get to San Ho, and I had this cup. She just got me this cup, and I figured it's a 4-hour commute. So I hadn't popped open the tea because I didn't want to have to take a bathroom break. You know, I'm old. You know, you got to take a bathroom break. You be drinking. So I got to San Jose, and I said, "Oh, let me get to my tea." I popped open the tea, and I started drinking the tea. I figured it had cooled down. 3 hours on the freeway. Piping hot. Woo, burn my mouth. So you see I ain't got the top on, because if you put the top on, this the screw lid top. And hey, y'all know the what was it? The Stanley Cups have been exploding. I said Starbucks got it beat, man. Stanley is late, man. Stanley late to the game. By the time Stanley came, we already had Hydro Flask. What was the knockoff brand at Costco for Hydro Flask? We had Yeti and Starbucks, and then Stanley. Why did y'all think the Stanley Cup was going to be so great? I mean, I knew it was going to be a subpar product because it came so late in the game, but it didn't have to be a subpar product because it could have built on the success of the other products, but it didn't. Chamomile tea with some honey. I've been doing black strap molasses because, you know, I don't eat a lot. I don't eat meat as much. I'm like a pescatarian, so I got to get the iron. And we was doing research, so black strap molasses. But anybody got a sea moss contact? I need some sea moss. Today, man, did you see my thumbnail? We about to go in today. Excited. I don't know if it's exciting, but it's, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta tell me, have you even heard the news? It's brand new breaking news. Y'all gotta tell me if you even heard about it, man, because I just heard about it. JD Vance going in on Elon Musk. What I need y'all to do as you come in, hit the like button. I also want you to check out the description because I take time creating a description. It's important that I want you to read the description so you know what we're talking about. But I got the thumbnail up there, so the thumbnail gonna give you an idea of what we're talking about. So go ahead and check that out. I gotta share the show. Share the show, everybody. Hit the like button as you come in. Share the show. We gotta share the show, man. So yeah, hit the. Go ahead and hit what is it? Hit the description. I do a lot of work on the description. I need you to check out the description. It's going to give you a little bit more detail. But there's this leaked audio. There's a leaked audio, JD Vance audio flying around the internet. So a lot of people are saying, is it AI? Is it real? We don't know if it's AI. We don't know if it's real yet, but we're gonna we're gonna listen to the AI today, and you're gonna give me your opinion whether or not you feel like the AI is real. I got some reports that I've been researching. Some individuals have come out and said definitively that the recording isn't real. My question is, how are they, what metric? Remember the last conversation, not the last conversation, but the last couple conversations we had talked about, the Department of Education and presenting like metrics or action plan. So when he says, I'm going to present you both sides, we're going to find out what we believe. We're going to discuss it here on the Per Time Podcast, top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective. But individuals that come out saying definitively, I need to know, how is it that you are able to say definitively that this is AI? How do you know for a fact? Because when someone says anything is 100%, I always question that. And it was a tweet or a quote where it said, "Oh no, this is most definitely fake," but it doesn't give how or why, the parameters or what metric you use to determine that this is AI. Just like, you know what I'm saying? I told we got Grok, we got AI, we got DeepSeek, we got a lot of search engines, but this individual who's out here on the internet saying, "Oh no, it's not real," all I want from you is just to tell me, Big Daddy Beer Gaming in the building, salute. First one in the chat, man. How you feeling? How you living? How you feeling? How you living, man? I'm doing good, man. Happy Monday, good Monday morning, man. Thank you for coming in, man. Hitting the like button, supporting, share the show, like, share, and subscribe. My boy got another. I got you. I seen your message. I think you got something coming up on 3:30. From what I seen in the DM, I think you got something coming up on 3:30. Tell the people what you got coming up, man. My brother got an event coming up on 3:30. You got the debate table and the Battle of the Beats. You know what I mean? So tap in with the brother Big Daddy Beer Gaming. That's my brother, my fellow YouTube content creator. You know, it's important as YouTube content creators that we build this family, man. And oh man, that ain't working. And that we support each other. So definitely tap in, subscribe to my brother, man. Good brother, man. Today, this morning, we talking about JD Vance, Elon Musk leaked audio. Now check this out. If we have time, depending on how the show go, we may go into other leaked audio, because there's other leaked audio floating around. But the audience, yes sir, I got battles coming up on March 30th and on 420. Hey, I know about 420, man. Yeah, I'm in California, man, where it's regal to be legal. You know what I'm saying, man? It's soar like an eagle, man. So 420 in Northern California, man. Northern Califas is a celebration, man. So Big Daddy Beer Gaming, check out his event, subscribe to his channel, man. March 30th and 420, I will be stopping through. You got to invite me to come host, man, so I can tell the people that they can see me over there and come judge and host and everything and be part of the whole thing, man, and bring over the whole audience, man. So we got to do that, man. Yeah, we have leaked audio. So we have leaked audio from JD Vance. This is the thing that we're saying this morning. We're going to listen to the audio, and I want to know from you, because there has to be some type of, I work in IT. Big Daddy, I know I keep saying because I know. Hey, BDBG. Hey, he works. He's a gamer, right? He has a gaming channel. So a lot of us have this tech background. So it's not enough for somebody to say that something is not real or something is not authentic. Not in 2025. You know what I'm saying? Because think about what we're doing right now. I'm simulcasting via my cell phone. When I came up, you didn't even have cell phones. Then I remember having the flip phone. Then we remember having a camera phone. Then I remember like only iPhone, you could do this type of stuff where you could like communicate with other people and then have a conversation like the Jetsons. Now people got it on their watch where you can have a conversation like the Jetsons. But the thing is, remember, the reason I'm on the Android able to do this is because we found out that Android is the one who invented the technology. So when someone says to me, like it's 1950, like something is definitively not real, like that's not enough. I mean, how many people agree with that, or how many people think that the AI is real or that the AI is fake? You know what I'm saying? I need to know, because for those of us who grew up, like think of the progression I just said. When some of us came from Sega Genesis, you know, BD is a gamer. Shout out all the gamers. Shout out all the young streamers. Like, it's not a lot of youngsters that's going to be watching me, because it's top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective, Purpose on Podcast. And if a youngsters politically have a political inclination to watch, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to take a certain mind and a certain individual to see JD Vance and Elon Musk and choose to be intrigued, to tap in and understand what the topic is today. Because that's why I like the thumbnail that we got up today and the description, because you can go read the description, you can check out the thumbnail, and you can see what's really going on. Before I ain't gonna even hold you. Let's get one listen. Let's get one listen of the audio. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get one listen of the audio, and then I'm gonna continue to go in, right? And then I'm gonna show the other tweets, because really what I want to discuss this morning, number one, if you read the description, there's two big topics. right? It's not the leaked audio. This is because when you come from an OG perspective and you have a little bit of intellect, it's not about the leaked audio. If you read the description, what I'm asking you is, it's not whether or not the audio is real, it's whether or not the issues within the audio affects you in your life. Do you think the issues espoused in the audio are real? Do you agree or disagree with what's being said? Because that's what makes it so powerful. That's why AI is so dangerous. It's not whether or not it's genuinely JD Vance saying these things about Elon Musk. It's whether or not you as a citizen, because what we've been talking about is the power of the citizen, and where should the power lie? We got Elon Musk at the Pentagon. As we go deeper into today's show, we just getting started. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. We just getting started. As we go deeper, there's so much to unpack about not only whether or not the leaked audio is actually real, but are the issues real? And as I dig deeper in my research, I see Elon Musk at the Pentagon being welcomed. As people say, Trump is this, Trump is that. You got to look at mannerisms. You got to look at the actual physicality of things. We don't look at really, because the thing about men have been taken out of all the equation. But when you talk about men, when you have men involved in masculinity, men pay attention to physicality. I'm looking at how physically Elon Musk is standing in the Oval Office. I'm looking at his physical stature when he's walking into the Pentagon without any credentials, without being duly elected. I'm looking at the physicality of these things. Some people pay attention to the social, to the emotional, but I'm looking at the physicality of how Elon Musk is standing, Trump is sitting, and then JD Vance is to the left. Those of us who pay attention to power and power and dynamics, it's all about position. I just talked about my brother as a gamer. If you play chess, or if you ever been in a street fight against more than one person, this weekend I was looking at the three body problem. When you in a street fight with more than one person, it's always about positionality, physicality, how people are positioned, where they happen to be when the physical thing pops off. If you are not prepared, maybe you were sitting down. This happened to all of us. I done seen fights or things jump off when we at the school on the benches, and you just having fun sitting down. You don't know what's about to happen. You didn't stand up. You still sitting down on the benches. Or you over to the left and to the right. Some people are already clued in, standing up. I'm paying attention to Elon Musk standing up in the Oval Office. The president, sitting down, and in most shots, JD Vance is invisible. So it doesn't matter if the leaked audio we're going to listen to is real. It matters if the issues is real. And if you are paying attention, if you're a thinking man, if you believe in masculinity, if you believe in physicality, if you believe in real and soft power, real and soft power, then you paid attention to things that may not have been discussed about that image that we saw in the White House. That image that we saw in the White House or how about the image in front of the Tesla? How many people in your state where Teslas are dropping, like the price of a Tesla is dropping like draws on a Saturday night after some of that good Stella. The prices of Teslas, 15,000, 13,000, 8,000 for a Tesla. We got Tesla batteries in the ocean. This is a reality. But did you pay attention to how people who understand power, Elon Musk has the car positioned in front of the White House. Elon Musk physically. Elon Musk, like Trump, you know what we liked about Trump in the first administration when he went overseas, how he pushed people out the way, how he made sure he was first, the physicality of power. Trump understood the differences between these soft power nuances that people were so afraid of. Oh, that's toxically masculine. No, it's leadership, and it's a man who wrote The Art of the Deal, understanding power. No, I'm first because America is first. Oh, I speak first. See, this is things that people didn't pay attention to. But if you paid attention to Trump in the first administration that you should be paying attention to Elon Musk in this administration. Woo, come on, man. Share the show. Let's get going, man. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Hit the like button as you come in. Like, share, subscribe. Let's listen to the audio. And again, this is what we're going to talk about this morning. Whether or not the audio was real. And I want to hear from you in the chat. Are the issues real to you? And you can say to me, well, perfect. This is how I feel about Elon Musk and his positionality and the physicality. And you know what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat. Is the audio real? And then for those of you who think the audio is not real, in 2025, you must understand you have to qualify that. Do you understand where I'm coming from? In 2025, it's not enough to say for individuals who are growing up in a digital era, who grew up with cell phones attached to them, it's not enough to say that it's fake. You have to qualify it because in 2025, you should have a software system that you can say more than a tweet. Oh, no, perfect. We ran it through our software and then we lined up the audio. Let me show you. And that's why it's not real. Don't just tell me it's not real.
That he's doing is getting criticized in the media. And he says that he's helping, and he's not. He's making us look bad. He's making me look bad. And I'll tell you this, and he wouldn't like it if I said it, but he's not even immigrant. He's from South Africa, and he's cosplaying as this great American leader in a room that has the portraits of some of the greatest men that ever lived in this country. And he has the audacity to act like he is an elected official. I am an elected official. I am the important one in this situation, not him. So if he wants to tank the economy and his cars, maybe that's what he deserves.
So that is the audio. Just the first time. I'm going to listen to it more than once, but that's the audio. It's not the best audio, which is some of the discrepancy out there. But again, my dispute is to those of you who are saying that the audio isn't real. It's not 1980. I'm okay with accepting the audio isn't real. What I'm saying is it's not 1980. If the audio isn't real, then simply show me via some software system. Show me digitally, show me JD Vance's digital imprint of his audio voice, because you can do that. We've all seen the television, we've all seen the movie, we've all seen the audio software where you see the vibrations, well then simply bring it up. Don't just tell me that the audio isn't real when I'm listening to the audio and the issues are real. I watched Elon Musk in the White House. I did not see JD Vance in most of those visuals. JD Vance was in the peripheral. What did you see? Right or wrong? What did you see when Elon Musk was in the White House? I saw Trump sitting down. I saw Elon Musk standing, responding, and commanding that room. I did not see JD Vance standing, responding to questions, and commanding that room. So I'm asking you this morning, does it matter if the audio is real? Have they proved to us digitally in 2025? Remember, this is the problem with the Arrested Development and the delayed in the Department of Education, because we should be a lot further intellectually than we are. I say we living in idiocracy. I say we accept too much. I say if we truly understood that it is 2025, a tweet is not enough. For you to tell me in 2025 that this audio isn't real, I will accept the audio isn't real, but simply show me. It doesn't cost a lot. It doesn't take a long time. To individuals with any studio and audio equipment beyond what I may have, you can simply upload this audio and match it up to other audio. So my question is, if it's that easy to do, why hasn't it been done? If the audio is obviously fake, let's go to the news article. Let's go to the article that says it's fake. Okay. No, this is the Pentagon. Oh, that's a good article, though. That's the Pentagon. We're going to go to that, though. That's the Pentagon. I did have an article But basically, the article was saying that the audio is fake without presenting any evidence that the audio is fake. So now JD Vance threatened action against viral audio. Let's go to go deeper into the story. As y'all come in, hit the like button, man. I only got too many people watching, not enough likes. This ain't how this thing works. How this thing works is you hit the like button. 20, 30, 40 people. You see the fluctuations. It's like, hey, Bitcoin, hey, are we rich? Are we rich yet? The Bitcoin, I'm seeing some stuff about Bitcoin as I did my research today. Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to the moon. Is we rich yet? Hit the like button, because you know what I'm saying? We're pulling likes this morning. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with the BTC or the LIKE. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Is the BTC on fire? Because the LIKE is not on the wire. Come on now, it's free, man. And all of y'all on the cell phone, on the side of the phone, boop, 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 boop. Go ahead and hit that thing, man. Go ahead, man. Okay, yeah, this is what I was reading earlier. So, sometimes we would be cooking, they be shucking, man. Oh, man, shucking and jiving, man. Audio clip, which claims, we're going to keep going though, an audio clip that claims to be the vice president, JD, criticizing Elon Musk, has gone viral on social media. Promoting Vance's communications director to state that the recording is not real. Wait a minute. Prompting Vance's communications director to state that the recording is not real. Why it matters. As AI tools become more intelligent and more widely used, the rise of AI-generated video and audio misinformation has begun to escalate rapidly. We already know this. According to a report from Humanized AI, the development of AI deepfake tools surged by 44% in 2023. So how much AI is out there that they haven't told us about that we don't know about? But in this situation, they know right away it's not real. It's AI. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like, man. Hit the share and subscribe, man. Somebody out there, fingers broke, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, you just donate too. We got a super chat. Somebody put my Cash App in the chat, man, and donate, man. Hit the Cash App. Since we have some sensitive individuals in the chat today, let's put it all out there, man. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the super chat. If you have any questions, we only going to address questions via the super chat, and hit the donate button. Why this matters? Why is this important? As AI tools become more intelligent and more widely used, the rise of AI-generated video and audio. Y'all, who remembers Max Headroom? I remember I was talking to my wife. My wife is young. I'm 45,000 years old. And I'm like, do you remember, hey, BDBG, I bet you remember Max Headroom. But Max Headroom was a popular TV show when I was a kid, and it was about an AI-generated image, and it was in the future, and this AI-generated image was the most popular on-air personality. Max Headroom. And it was, I think he might have had a movie, but Max Headroom was like big in the 80s. But I think my wife, she might have been born in 91. Shout out to Larry Jew, man. I was born in 91. Product of the dope gang, you know what I'm saying? All y'all babies out there, man, born in 91. Imagine that. I graduated high school at 93. So I got me a young tender, man. But yeah, so they missed Max Headroom. Y'all missed so much information, man. But so the AI, you think AI is new. AI ain't new. So check this out. So it says, according to the report from Humanized AI, the development of AI deepfake tools surged 44% in 2023 and grew by 28% in 2024. So you got to add that both together. You get 66% with AI voice generated. So more than half of the audio and video that you see online is going to be fake. Why can't they just say that? why they can't say more than half of the audio and visual images that you, mostly your children and the young people in your life are digesting is going to be fake. More than half. And we're in 2025 now, so I wonder what that number is now. Remember the writers and the actors in Hollywood. Like think about how much took place in the past 4 years and how much propaganda, fake videos, deep fake, because there was a ban and a strike. They didn't make no movies and no TV for 2 years. You know how much content creators, we don't even talk about this. Today's talk is about leaked audio and the validity of that leaked audio. I don't care if it's real, you may care, but we had 2 years of writer's blocks and strikes, but somehow nobody even missed out on any television or any movies. And then come to find out, what was the strike about? The strike was about actors and writers not understanding this growth spurt. The same thing that happened during the election when everybody was upset with black men. And then they finally, like today, if you're going to tell me it's fake, what happened in the election, people were upset at black men for voting for Republicans and Trump, then somebody finally showed the numbers and showed it was a downtrend from the last 3 presidential elections. Yes, it grew the most under Kamala, but it's been growing and growing and growing, and it's because no one is listening to black American citizens. It's not because people don't want a black female president. This has been a growing problem that hasn't been addressed. The reason why they struck in Hollywood is because AI and the rise of fake video and fake audio is a problem that's been growing over time. And it's reached equilibrium. It's reached a point where they couldn't go forward anymore as writers and as actors, because when you have more than 50% of the videos being AI, then now you're going to eliminate me and my job. So for 2 years, they refused to write brand new scripts, and we didn't even notice. We didn't even notice. In 2025, more than half of the audio and video that you digest is going to be AI or AI assisted. Even I use AI when creating my videos. So if we think about that number. So because think about the articles and the responses are in the 1980s. The response to JD Vance's leaked audio is a 1980 response. It's not an actual response to a 2025 problem, right? It's not about whether or not the AI is valid. It's whether or not there's space in the social media feed to get this message across, right? Has Elon Musk created an opportunity for programmers to create such a socially compelling video? That's the actual conversation we're having today. It's not this. They're trying to trick the layman. They're trying to trick the fool. They're trying to trick the people who are not truly politically advantageous, they're not thinking American, to worrying about whether or not the audio is real. The issue is whether or not these issues are real that create opportunity for programmers and profiteers to make such a video, because all of the video you're watching are AI. And if we add in AI assisted, almost 100% of what you digest on social media is either AI or AI assisted. So if we digest the reality of that and we say, okay, so you're right, Perfect. They're playing with us. They playing in our face. It's not about whether or not this AI is real or not. It's about whether or not these issues are real or not. Because if Elon Musk was not standing up in the White House while JD Vance is not in the peripheral of that camera, we all have Instagram. We all look at beautiful girls on Instagram. What do we know about the beautiful girls on Instagram? They know how to pose. Strike a pose. What do we know about the beautiful girls on Instagram? They know how to pose. The successful ones understand physicality. They know how to pose. I looked at Elon Musk in that White House, in that interview, Elon Musk in front of the Tesla. See, Elon Musk understands the physical nature of power. The positionality, okay, you sit here, I stand here. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me put some perfect in it. You stand here, I'm the president. Wait a minute, you sit here, I stand here. Hold on a minute. Do you understand what I'm presenting to you? It's not about whether or not the audio is real, because if the issues didn't exist, then profiteers and programmers would not be able to create such an audio and it'd be so compelling in social media. The only reason it's compelling is because we watched with our own eyes Elon Musk standing, Trump sitting, and JD Vance not in the shot. And if we grow up on Instagram and we see videos, what do we see? We see Diddy next to Jay-Z. So we associate Diddy with Jay-Z. We see Little Baby next to Michael Rubin. So we associate. So wait a minute. We see Elon Musk next to Trump. Elon Musk. So who the vice president? This is a valid question from our physical eyes. That's why the video exists, because you're not blind. The video exists, the audio exists because you're not an idiot. What do you see every day? You don't see JD Vance and Trump together. I don't see JD Vance and Trump together. What we see with our carnal eye, what we see with our carnal vision as humans, we see Elon Musk and Trump. We just saw Elon Musk going into the Pentagon and Elon Musk threatening the Pentagon. Elon Musk, who owns SpaceX and huge billion-dollar military Pentagon contracts, who's not an elected official, putting down the arm of the law, saying that the Pentagon leaked information and I'm going to use lie detectors to find out. Now, number one, all of us get excited. Yay, Pentagon going to get in trouble. But who the hell is Elon Musk to start doing lie detector tests in the Pentagon? He's not an elected official. Let's listen to the audio again, because people might think I'm overreacting. Let's listen to, because I hope y'all understanding my point. I'm not overreacting. Listen to this. He said Elon is not an elected official. I'm the elected official.
And he's doing is getting criticized in the media, and he says that he's helping, and he's not. He's making us look bad. He's making me look bad. And I'll tell you this, and he wouldn't like it if I said it, but he's not even in America. He's from South Africa. And he's cosplaying as this great American leader in a room that has the portraits of some of the greatest men that ever lived in this country. And
when he says in a room, he's talking about the day I'm referring to. When he says Elon Musk is cosplaying in the room, he's talking about the shot that we all saw. So that's why this audio is resonating, because we are humans. We have eyes. We don't see the vice president next to the president. We see Elon Musk next to the president. We're not crazy. We're not idiots. The programmers are not idiots. The AI designers are not idiots. They don't want to make an audio that can be easily said is fake. They want to make an audio that will be critically debated whether or not it's real. Why? Because the issues are real. So individuals are going to debate the validity of the audio because they didn't see JD Vance next to their president. They see Elon Musk walking into the Pentagon. They see Elon Musk in front of a Tesla in front of the White House. They see Elon Musk buddy, hand in hand, hip to hip with Trump. So the audio is hitting so hard this morning because of what our visuals have taken in over the last 2 weeks. The question is, how do you feel about it? Are you okay with it? Where's everybody at? Do you understand how the media trick bag is working? Because as Americans, we don't need to worry about if the audio is real. As Americans, we need to worry about, are the issues real, and where's our vice president? As Americans, all I want to know about, hey, JD, what's up though? If the audio ain't real, how do you feel about this cat always next to the president and you not in the shot? We growing up in a social media era, Instagram, videos, we know what it's like to be in position. We even call it in position. Right now, JD, it look like you ain't got no motion because you ain't never next to the president. Straight up, JD, you ain't never next to the president. So it look like, hit the like button. Hit the like, share. I ain't got enough likes. This is why the fluctuation is happening. Hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing as you come in. Boop, 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 boop. It don't. So we want to know, JD Vance, What's the truth? How do you really feel about the fact that Americans visually and memorably, if you do ever want to run for president, you have been taken out of the arena in so many instances. This is bigger than this audio, JD. It's about your future as a politician. How do you feel about you not going into the Pentagon, you not having a voice in American media? Because I tell you this, JD, if I'm running against you as you run for president in the next presidential election, I'm gonna talk cash shit about you being little brother by Elon Musk and being invisible. You are currently invisible. So this audio is hitting so hard because we don't see JD Vance. Why look at this. Hold on, look at this. Who I sound like. Now look at this. To my point about the power and validity of the vice presidential office, who in here? Casual, Chad, what y'all talking about? Robert, hold on, Dom, Forrest Whitaker. You like that, Forrest Whitaker? Yeah, man, I got some good loving based on the fact that a few women thought I looked like Forrest Whitaker. They gave me Will Smith when I lose weight too. Yeah, I done knocked a few baddies who told me that too. This is insane. Tell me why it's insane, Chad. Go, Elon Trump. They're not even listening. They're not even paying. He was appointed by the president. They think I'm against Trump. It's y'all gotta think. Y'all people be so racist that racism makes you dumb. Listen to the conversation. I'm pro-Trump. Most black men are. I'm just more intelligent than you, and you such a troll that your brain stopped working, that you can't understand and hear real issues. Read the description. And did you hear what I said? It's real. If I'm not talking about super Elon and all of the people who are up there, but I'm talking about real Americans who you probably didn't even vote. I'm talking about people who really understand politics, right? And JD Vance, who we might want to run for president and win. You sound like a clown. I don't know if Elon Musk can't run for president, so grow up, clown. JD Vance is our guy. And why is JD Vance being pushed out of the picture is my question this morning. Is not about the validity of the audio. It's those of us who love the Trump and Vance ticket. The story of JD Vance, single mom, going to the Marines, a mom having substance control addiction, and he don't have the typical look, right? JD Vance is a white boy. And he has these issues. It's letting you know these are real American issues. Like everybody with a single parent don't look the same. So we need to really be on this marriage. This is why we want Trump. This is why we want marriage again. Because we want JD Vance, like he has a wife and kids. Family is important. Every time I listen to JD Vance, I love his story and his success story and how he made it. He's a vice president, bro. I don't champion Elon Musk in my chat. You gonna get roasted. Do not champion Elon Musk in my chat. I voted for Trump and Vance. I am a proud American. I am proud of the Gulf of America. Do not champion that clown in my chat. I'm asking real questions because JD Vance is gonna carry the ticket. Trump can't run for president again. So I want to see my vice president next to the president. I want to see clown. All you clowns, you care about skin color. You don't listen. You don't have enough intelligence to listen to the conversation. All you see is skin color and you make jokes, but you're not listening to real issues of America. I'm a real American, tax-paying citizen, and you're not listening because of my skin color that makes you a clown. All you clowns, who's saying anything about skin color? Because you're a clown. Oh, the last name is Soderbergh. I should have guessed it. I should have guessed it. Clown. So much hate. These people can't love America. They don't understand that's not pride. You can't love America. You can't love me as a brother. You can't love your fellow citizen. You care about the jokes. We about to go into a recession. You care about the jokes. I'm talking about power and position. Real peas. That's why I know it's so many clowns, and that's what's wrong with America. Make America great again. Because these clowns can't keep up. Power and position. That's why the audio is hitting so hard this morning, because we saw Elon standing like this in the White House, and we didn't elect him, and no one gets to just stand in the White House, clown, and answer questions like that. And JD Vance wasn't in the video. So we want JD Vance to lead our party in the next election, clown. We don't want the Democrats to win again, clown. It's just not. It's just I don't think. And who said anything about skin color? You're not saying anything intelligent. You're not saying anything related to the actual argument. It's a question to the chat. It's a real question to citizens who love America, who actually care and concern about the Republican Party politically. See, this is not no stupid conversation. And I know you feel stupid now because I'm saying intelligent things that you just can't keep up with because you want to be racist. Who do we want to lead the party because Trump can't run again? We don't want Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not going to run for president. We want to position JD Vance and give him the best chance to win. Where's the dummy? Where's the clown at? Where's the racist? He don't want to say nothing. Shout out to my brother Ken. Where's the racist? They don't want to hear you. They just want to dance. Thank you. Okay, here go the racist right here. Look a few messages above. I was saying I agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. Then listen to the conversation. Be American. Americans come in different colors, different shapes, different sizes, different sexes, different gender association, and we love all of them. And so, America is the greatest country in the world because guess what? Americans can be all on the same team, brother. At work, in church. You know, this morning when I did my research, I had took a minute to say a prayer because the first Black Republican Congresswoman, rest in peace, say a prayer for her and her husband and her kids. The other day I was talking about Mormon and growing to school in Arizona with LDS kids and how much I respected those kids and those families, how much I looked up to those kids and those families and how much they loved each other. Shit, I wanted to go to BYU. The Mormons were so tight. I'm like, and a lot of people go to BYU. BYU is a popular college. She passed away from brain cancer. So I want to say a prayer to her family and the covering because she had kids and she just was a great person. She was a child of an immigrant, a Haitian immigrant, but she was the first Black Republican woman in Congress. And she passed away from brain cancer. So God bless her and her family, bro. Yeah, man, proud American, man. I don't know what y'all talking about. I love America. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I am Grow OG said God has her. Amen, bro. Amen, bro. We not in here playing. We want to educate people. We ain't in here playing. Shout out to my brother Ken for the cat for hitting super chat. Y'all feel free to hit the super chat to support the channel. 36 people watching. We have 50 people watching. We got 4 likes. Go ahead and hit the like button. It's free. Now, let me give you another example of power. As I did my research today, and y'all hear me ranting about these different issues. It says Musk on Pentagon leakers, they will be found. Musk is like in the audio from South America. Like in the audio, Musk is not an elected official. Musk is not from and not have a heritage in America. But Elon Musk, think about how much with vets, man. We went through a lot with our vets. I love the vets. And I love that for a minute, America cared about veterans. We were in 2 wars at the same time. We were in the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Our country had been stressed thin. We really couldn't afford this last 4 years with Biden and the social issues and giving money to Ukraine. Do you know why we couldn't afford it? Because that 4 years was so costly because it came after 20 years of war in Afghanistan and Iraq. 2 wars at the same time. You know how expensive that was financially, physically, spiritually to our country? How many people died in both of those wars? See, a lot of times you don't hear it talked about like that. Barack Obama gave a speech at the end of his presidency. Do y'all know Biden left Afghanistan and left billions of dollars of equipment and people died? Barack Obama gave a speech at the end of his presidency where he finally acknowledged that we were in two wars where they finally went to Congress simultaneously. They never say it, but we had approval from Congress. There was an Iraq war, there was an Afghan war, and they were simultaneously happening. That's why the country is in a position of a recession. It's not Trump in his 43 days. It's because the past 4 years came at such an expense. So after 20 years of two wars, we go and give money away to the Ukraine. We needed to rebuild. The past 4 years, Biden and the Democrats really poo-pooed the bag because after those double wars, we needed to rebuild our country. And instead, the Dems took us in a different direction. So yes, there will be a drastic shift and you will feel it in the next 4 years, but you got to understand, you have to be a thinking people. You have to be thinking citizens and Americans and remember the pain. Remember we love our veterans and remember the stupid wars that the clowns got us into. And after the 20 years and two wars, this is why they left Afghanistan in a shambles, because they didn't prioritize. The Dems didn't have a priority of rebuilding after shutting down those two wars. Instead, they just focused on social issues and had to make America run and hide and leave behind all this money. Y'all want to hear it again? Before I play it again, the Hill says Elon Musk, listen to this. Elon Musk, is this to me, is it just me? Am I crazy? Hit the like button. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's kind of odd. This is why I believe that AI is hitting so hard. Elon Musk says to Pentagon, Elon Musk, the Tesla, I didn't even know who he was 10 years ago. Did you even know his name? I didn't even know his name 10 years ago. But for some reason, Elon Musk had access to the Pentagon, and Elon Musk, who's not an elected official, who looks like the vice president, because physically, as we understand power, even subconsciously, see, this is the thing about soft power, because sometimes it's subconscious. Like think about grandma and at Easter Sundays coming up. God bless you guys, man. Think about grandma and the way she positioned the table. There was a grown-up table. There was a children table. Remember, you wanted to graduate to the big table. Even when you got to the big table, there was a position for your little ass where you sit here and you don't sit here, because it's about power and position at this table. And we all saw Elon Musk standing in the White House like this, standing by the Tesla. And when you see these images, as I say them to you over and over again, you're running them through your mind and you're saying, I may not like his delivery, I may not like him, but when I recall that image in my head of Elon Musk in the White House, I do not recall JD Vance in the photo. Whether or not you like me or not, as you think about these images of the Tesla, of the White House, of the Pentagon, did you see the Pentagon? Did you see him going into the Pentagon? This is new. So some of these you may have known, you may not know. Did you see Elon Musk, the great GOAT Elon Musk, going into the Pentagon? Did you see Elon Musk threatening the Pentagon? Oh, you didn't know that? Wait a minute. Yes, he going to the Pentagon, and now he's threatening the Pentagon without any credentials. He's gonna, hold on, let's read it. Because Elon said he's gonna do lie detector. Now, some of us, super liberals may be happy. The people who are trained, those Black Lives Matter cuckoo nuts, they may be happy about this. I'm not happy about it. I don't like Black Lives Matter, and I'm not a cuckoo nut. I don't like some foreign person who I didn't know is telling the Pentagon what to do. I'm not okay with that. Hit the like button. Tech billionaire and President Trump close advisor Elon Musk said individuals who are leaking malicious false information to news outlet will be found and prosecuted. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Found and prosecuted? Who are you? Found and prosecuted? This is why the audio hits so hard. Hit the like button. Listen to this. tech billionaire and President Trump's close advisor, Elon Musk, said individuals who are leaking malicious false information to news outlet will be found and prosecuted. Like he has some type of judicial power to prosecute. So it's one thing to say, it's one thing we talk about power and positionality, but now he's saying he's going to prosecute. How? How are you? Oh, you know why he can say that? Because of me and you. Because we're arguing about minuscule, minor details, and we should be making other Americans intelligent and understanding why that is damn near a crime for him to say prosecute when he doesn't have the power to prosecute anywhere. We should be pissed. Instead of being mad at each other as Americans, we need to be brothers and sisters and saying, wait a minute, I mean, I like him, but I like Elon Musk, but Elon, you may be stepping out of your boundaries. You need to let JD Vance be in position because JD Vance is going to run for president. And Elon, bro, we love you, but you don't have power to prosecute. We love our country and our Constitution more. If you want that power, there's steps to go through. And you may even win an election and garner that power to prosecute. But don't just say that like Americans are idiots and like Americans don't love the Constitution and the rule of law. There is a Constitution, there's a Bill of Rights, there's a process. So if you want the power to prosecute, there's a process, but you can't prosecute anybody. Think about everybody who wasn't listening and was taking the time, that's what it says. Elon Musk is threatening to prosecute. That's why the audio. Musk, whose companies have contracts with the Defense Department, the DoD, SpaceX, billion-dollar contracts with the government. Billion-dollar contracts with the government. Elon Musk and SpaceX, look at my story, they brought down the astronauts that Biden left up there for 8 months. They were supposed to be up there for 8 days. And Biden left them up there for 8 months. Almost one of the longest spacewalks in history. There's only one person who was up there longer than them. And if it wasn't for Elon Musk, Trump, and SpaceX, God forbid what would have happened. Just say, thank God they're home. We're not even going to imagine what could have happened. All we're going to say is, thank God Trump won. Thank God Elon and SpaceX brought him home. I can do both. I can compartmentalize. I can praise Elon Musk for the good things he do. And I also can check him when he steps out of boundaries because that's men. That's what men do. That's what we do to our brothers. This is what we do to power. This is why the citizens and the branches of power are set up this way because we're supposed to check power. Yes, we love Elon Musk and we appreciate what he's done. But if he goes too far, the system is set up for us to check power. We don't get disillusioned by a billionaire in his cars. Ooh, ah. Musk, whose companies have contracts with the Defense Department, issued a warning Friday morning after the New York Times reported that SpaceX executive was set to be briefed on U.S. military secret plans if a war with China were to take place. Do y'all know this is going on? Do y'all know this is going on? I don't see nothing about JD Vance being briefed. I don't see nothing about JD Vance being briefed. It says Elon Musk will be briefed on military secrets if we get into a war with China. I'm not making it up, brothers and sisters. Y'all want to read it with me? I will read it with you, okay? I'm not making it up, brothers and sisters, okay? Musk, whose companies have contracts with the Defense Department, issued a warning Friday. Musk issued a warning Friday morning after the New York Times reported the SpaceX executive was set to be briefed on U.S. military secret plans if a war with China were to take place. So, war with China, did you know we possibly were going to war with China? And I guess Elon Musk is going to save the day again. I don't know. I'm just reading it. You reading it with me. The New York Times is pure propaganda also. I look forward to the prosecutions of those at the Pentagon who are leaking malicious false information to the New York Times. They will be found. Musk wrote Friday morning on X, the social media platform he owns. Ain't that something? Trump also pushed back on Times reporting, hammering that the outlet as one of the worst, most purposely inaccurate newspapers anywhere in the world. Now, remember what I said to you last week about Trump and his misdemeanor charges being turned into 36 felonies and how the New York Times was influential in that. Y'all, I've been doing this politic thing for a long time. Y'all remember when the Governor Cuomo was taken out of office. Now, the current governor was a lieutenant governor that we didn't vote for. When y'all saw Kamala Harris, y'all know what I brought up on this channel about Kamala Harris and them attempting to install Kamala Harris? I said they did it already. I said they did it in New York. I said, do you know how powerful New York is as a state, as a governorship? You know, when it was a king, that would be a coup. When it was a king, being the governor of New York and the king awarding you the governorship of New York, that is a coup. That would be, if you really understood power as we discuss power today, when they attempted to install Kamala, what I said to my audience, for everybody new here, hit the like, hit the share. I know you're going to want to subscribe because you haven't heard a YouTuber talk like this, whether you like me or not. You're going to say to yourself, dadgummit, that black guy right there got some good points. I'm going to like and subscribe. I said they did the same thing in New York. They installed the female governor in New York. They were going to install Kamala with the same propaganda, the same news machine, the same muscle, the same AI, the same trick bag. They stole the governorship of New York. Very powerful bully pulpit. And that's how they've used it. The Dems have used that position like on the chessboard, like I've been teaching all morning, as a bully pulpit to garner power and rank within the government and the Democratic Party. Them getting that individual in New York, and this is after Cuomo. Remember what I taught you about Cuomo. Cuomo was the governor who signed in the Me Too law that has these things, these prosecutions happening. Cuomo signed in, I played the video for you, where he expanded the statute of limitations. And my argument is beyond logic. The statute of limitations that the Me Too legislation asked for is beyond logic, which is why all these cases are falling apart. It is beyond criminal and legal and human logic to expand statute of limitations beyond 20 years because it is impossible for anyone to recall. It is impossible for you to mount a valid prosecution. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars. And that is what we're seeing with all of these cases. They are boondoggles, and it was a boondoggle for lawyers to steal and take money. Cuomo signed that in 2020. See, y'all think these laws are, oh no, this is a brand new law after protests that these people lobbied to get, and they're different in each state. Texas has a different law. California, that's why Tony Bugsby had trouble in New York. New York has a different law. In California, all these Democrat liberal states. Now, the Republicans did not expand statute of limitations beyond logic, beyond the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and beyond criminal and human logic. They had to ask, we care about victims, but I don't want to waste taxpayer dollars and try to prosecute cases that are over 15 years old without any evidence, just simply because somebody with a pink hat said, believe all women. I have a daughter, I have a wife. So what? Somebody with a pink hat said, believe all women. Is it legally viable? Is it possible for prosecutors and DAs to do it? Or will prosecutors and DAs be lying and making up and challenging juries to vote on social rather than the evidence, and then throwing out the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and allowing a lot of the BS that took place in the last 4 years to happen when we're not focused on the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and the citizen and what the citizen is and the citizen's rights? A right to a speedy trial. When Jay-Z said, I want to see the victim, a right to know my accuser. See, we throw all these out when it comes to believe all women and Me Too laws. So that's why America is on the path that it's on now, because we have to make America great again. And my job is to re-educate the citizens about these issues and make you understand and be concerned about being an American citizen again and know intelligently about these issues and how they're swaying you left and right. And that it's not about left and right. It's not about left and right. Because, like I said to you when we talked about this issue before, so Elon Musk is at the Pentagon. Elon Musk is at the White House. Elon Musk is saying he is going to use hold on. Trump also pushed back. The fake concept for this story is that because Elon Musk does some business in China, that he is very conflicted and will immediately go to top Chinese officials and spill the beans. Trump wrote Friday morning on his social media platform, Truth Social. The Wall Street Journal published a similar article. So there are people who are truly concerned. While people are championing Elon Musk got his, like we say in the street, Elon Musk is straddling the fence. He got his what they say, he got too many cooks in the kitchen might spoil the soup. That's what I want to ask JD Vance. Too many cooks in the kitchen might spoil the soup. See, and then there's issues with people saying that Elon got his foot in both people's pocket. He got his foot in our pocket. He got his foot in China pocket. So the leaders at the Pentagon is saying, okay, I know y'all love Elon, but there's reason to be concerned because the same investments that Elon has in America. See, remember when I talked to you about silos because of the racism, because of the color of my skin, they silo us and we don't listen to each other. We don't love each other. Well, the Pentagon is saying something that they could have told you a long time ago. You know, Elon Musk has billions invested in America and he's able to will American politics. What the Pentagon is saying, he has the same investments in China. So what's to stop him from partnering with China? And this is what I stopped saying when we talked about how they sway you left and right. Remember when I talked about billionaires before? So Elon Musk has all this power and his positionality. Do you even know his party affiliation? He was up there doing a Nazi salute. Do you know his party affiliation? See, when you have to run for office and you actually have to go through the process to garner power, then you have to, even Trump when he ran, didn't want to say whether he was Democrat or Republican. He didn't want to do certain things, but you have to qualify these things. And Trump didn't want to do that. Remember when he first ran for president? Because as a billionaire, he understood power. And some of these things he wanted to keep private because it keeps power. So do we even know Elon Musk's political affiliation? And do you know if he had to go through the proper process to garner the power that he currently has, that you wouldn't know his political affiliation? That's part of the great thing about America, that people like this can't just rise to power. The billionaire at New York, remember he ran for president, he didn't win because part of being a billionaire in America like Trump and running for office, you have to disclose all these things. Now, what was his name? Bloomberg? Wasn't he Democrat and Republican? This is what I'm saying to you. And then before Donald Trump ran, everybody who knew him, he was in Rest in Peace Mac Miller song. He was always partying with Diddy. No one could, before Trump run, you couldn't say Trump was a Republican. There are people who would argue whether or not he's a Republican today. Elon Musk never had to do a political affiliation. Garth Biggs said, I took a picture of a UFO on Google Earth and showed it to my brother. I have a screenshot, but Google took it down. Man, that's a trip about the UFOs, man. My husband is a veteran. They definitely don't give a care about vets. I don't think they do. So I said earlier, how do you think vets feel and military wives and military families feel about a South African who hasn't been elected and who didn't go through the proper process? Because when you're in the military, it's not easy to just go up the ranks and get more money for your family. For someone who's from South Africa, didn't go through our political process, who didn't have to disclose disclose his taxes, disclose how much he makes, disclose his political affiliates, disclose his donations. When you run and when you want to garner power in America, the same way Trump did, they went through everything. That's how they found Stormy Daniels. Elon didn't do that. If he did, you may not feel the same way. Wow. Woo! That's so powerful today. And I'm on their side. I'm on their side, but I'm more on the side of America, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Do you understand? And if Elon was made to go through the proper steps to garner the power that he currently has, we may not feel the way we feel about him. If he had to disclose all his marital secrets, all his financial, because that's what Trump had to go through. Stormy Daniels, grab him by the hoo-ha. All those things they uncover, all those secrets. If Elon Musk ran for president and he wanted the power that he currently has, he would have to go through that process, that baptism in fire. and the citizens would be more knowledgeable about the person who claims to want to prosecute members of the Pentagon. Y'all follow me? About the person who claims he wants to prosecute members of the Pentagon. We can love him now because we don't know him. He didn't go through what Trump went through. He didn't go through what JD Vance went through. JD Vance had to tell his story. Maybe JD Vance didn't want to tell you about his mother's addiction. Maybe JD Vance didn't want to show you his mixed family. Maybe JD Vance didn't want you to know about being a single parent from a single parent home and his grandma raising him, because people have teased him about all of those things. But JD Vance had to disclose all of that to garner the power and positionality that he currently has in America. That's part of the process. And because Elon didn't go through that process, we don't know any of these things. And so we could just have this Disney-esque love for him without knowing his ins and outs, rights and wrong, and about predicting what he may and may not do. We have to listen to the Pentagon when they say, hey, American citizen, he got investments in China too. I don't know if you want to give him all of these secrets when he has his hands in so many different pots. Why don't we have Bill Gates up there? Why is Elon, like, it's so many questions. Let's listen to the audio one more time. So now you read the Pentagon. I just read to you the Pentagon. Everybody coming in, hit the like button. Everybody coming in and out, y'all being selfish this morning. I'm really feeling away. Y'all know I'm a Leo. And Leos wear their heart on their sleeve. The way y'all treat me this morning with this likes is really disrespectful. I need 100 likes and we have 6. I mean, it's laughable with the likes. I mean, it's comical with the likes. Y'all, it's hurting my feelings. The like button is so free. It is so free. Nothing. Look. People going down. It's like I'm not even asking for money. You know what? Y'all hurt my feelings, man. Y'all heard I'm not even asking for money. I mean, I would love it if you super chat. I would love it if you cash out. But I'm saying hit the like button. You hear? You're watching the show. I mean, look at all of this shit I got on the wall. Look at the pop collection. I got the pop collection. I got the, what's that? All this shit on the wall, entertainment for y'all. I got the Rodecaster. I got the Shure headphones. You know, hit the like button. Hit the donate. You know, what's wrong with you?
And he's doing is getting criticized in the media. And he says that he's helping, and he's not. He's making us look bad. He's making me look bad. And I'll tell you this, and you wouldn't like it if I said it, but he's not even in America. He's from South Africa, and he's cosplay as this great American leader in a room that has the portrait of some of the greatest men that ever led this country. And he has the audacity to act like he is an elected official. I am an elected official. I am the important one in this situation, not him. So if he wants to tank the economy and his cars, maybe that's what he deserves. That he's doing.
That is the leaked audio that we're discussing this morning. That's the leaked audio that we're discussing this morning. So if you looked at the description, if you looked at the thumbnail, if you've been listening to the conversation coherently, then you understand that what we were discussing this morning is a little bit deeper, a little bit more going involved with some more highly intellectual individuals who are in the chat. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Is it Garth, like Garth Brooks? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Nina, and thank you for your husband and his service. Thank you for your service. I don't think military wives get enough support. Like we say, I knew automatically to thank her husband for his support, for his service in the military, but she served also by being a good, loyal wife and making it so he can go fight for the country without worrying about her at home. Let's give some love to the military wives, to the faithful, loving military wives who hold down our soldiers. Because I don't think they get enough. Because like we need to support our vets, understand that more. JD Vance is a vet, and he was in the Marines. Shout out to Vance, man. Shout out to Vance. So this morning is not all about the audio. And I'm willing to have a conversation on the validity of the audio. What I said at the beginning of this podcast, in 2025, you're gonna have to prove to me that the audio is fake. It's not enough for your media person to say that the audio is fake. He needs to prove to me digitally in 2025, because it's not 1980. I don't want a 1980 response. I need you to show me digitally your voice in print and then the fake audio, and then lay it over on top of each other and say, look, you guys, look, Perfect Timing Podcast, it's fake. But don't just tell me like I'm an idiot, like it's 1980, like we all don't have iPhones, like we all don't have AI, like I don't use AI. Don't tell me. I just read to my audience that set over 50% of what they see is AI. So we don't want to hear that it's fake. Unless you're proving to me digitally that it's fake, I don't care. What I want to know about and what we're talking about this morning are the issues that allow for the video to exist. Do you know they wouldn't leak it? If it wasn't relevant, they wouldn't leak it. They wouldn't have to leak it. It wouldn't be all over trending social media. The reason it's trending, the reason it's hitting hard, the reason it's relevant, because the issues are relevant. Because we did not see Elon Musk, we did not see JD Vance next to Elon, we did not see JD Vance next to President Trump. We saw Elon Musk standing in the White House, not being elected. We saw Elon Musk in front of the Tesla, in front of the White House. Visually, with our own carnal eyes, the reason why this audio is hitting hard, and that's why today, this morning, I want to have a conversation with the audience, is whether or not the audio is real. Does it matter to you? As a citizen, as a voter, as someone who may be like me, who wants JD Vance to run for president because Trump can't run for president again, and I'll be god darn if the Democrats get back in office again. JD Vance is our guy. If you're thinking like that, if you're thinking progressively, if you're thinking in the future, in the head, then you might be concerned about the fact that visually, and you might wonder about soft power and positionality, and you might want to say to Elon Musk, step aside. Step aside. JD Vance is going to run for president. JD Vance is our guy. I ain't got nothing against Elon Musk. I said, thank you, Elon Musk. I said, Elon Musk is a great man. If it wasn't for Elon Musk, those NASA astronauts, who I got on my channel right now, would still be in space. Biden left them up there for 8 months. It was supposed to be 8 days. I can compartmentalize. I can do both. I can say, thank you, Elon Musk. And I can also check power and say, you have to go through a process to be able to prosecute. I can say that you need to get out of the way because we want JD Vance to lead the party. I can say you're too much as far as the position and the soft power, and you know it. I can say, step aside. I can say you can still do the work, and you're required to do the work because you're an American citizen, and you should do the work, but you are not the vice president. And visually, it's starting to affect the party and the future of the party. And if we want JD Vance to run and be an effective leader, how people see him, how people see him, how people see him, how people see him, how people see him. And right now, Elon, they don't see him, which is why the video hit so hard. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Who is that came in? Levine, Garth, Chad, Michelle, everybody that just came in. My brother for the $5 super chat, can't see in red. They don't want to hear you. They just want to dance. That's all I want to do. Bring a kid to the Oval Office. I am Grow OG. You have some Martin Sterling. Danielle Velez. Who else? Casual. Casual said, wow, y'all need Jesus. Jesus is not coming back to save you, homeboy. Jesus is not going to change nothing, man. I don't know where y'all get this fake stuff, man, but there's nobody coming down in the sky on no magical horse to save you, homeboy. And I pray. I'm prayed up. I prayed up. But for those of you thinking that someone is going to come save you, you are not good Americans. And you was not raised by a good American. You don't understand what this American thing was supposed to teach you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't understand faith God, Christianity, it's about hard work, homeboy. And that's what today I've been. You know what? That comment is so powerful because it's about the fact what I brought up today is that Elon didn't go through the proper channels, right? And that's what a lot of Christians who got this Jesus Savior mentality think that you can get somewhere without going through the proper channels, right? And that somehow that God, Jesus is going to save you and carry you magically to, nah, man. Nah, man, we wouldn't have a Bill of Rights. You wouldn't have a Constitution. You wouldn't have all these tools to make sure that you treat people the way you should treat them if some magical entity was going to come save you. That's not how it worked. It's about hard work. See, you may not vote thinking like that. You may not be politically advantageous. You may not understand these arguments thinking like that, thinking that Jesus is going to save you from something. But the Bible don't teach you that it go faith without works. I know my Bible. I know my faith. It don't teach nothing like that about somebody magical coming down from the clouds and saving a clown, saving an idiot, saving a lazy drunkard bum. That ain't what it teach, homeboy. God, intelligence. Every time, every turn in that book, it's about bring your own oil. Just the other day, I preached a powerful sermon on that one time. Bring your own oil. It's a story in the Bible about 12 maids of Mary, and that God called them to a bridegroom party, and 6 of the bridegrooms lost their oil, and those 6 asked the other 6, will you share your oil? Those 6 said no. Now think about this. These are 12 women chosen by God. They had to be like Sister Teresa. They had to be the type of women that would share. But in this instance, they told those other women no. And when they arrived at the bridegroom party, God treated the women who had empty vessels, who had lost their oil, regardless of how and why they lost their oil, as if he did not know them. There was no Jesus. There was no magical person coming down to save those 6 bridegrooms who had lost their oil. God said, come to the bridegroom party with your vessel full of the oil that I gave you. Bring your own oil, homeboy. See, what we say in sports is you want somebody else to carry your water. That comes from biblical times. That saying is biblical. You want somebody else to carry your water, casual. You want somebody to carry your water? I ain't carrying your water. The Bible said, bring your own oil. All of us, he poured into our cup. All of us, the cup was poured into. And if your cup is empty or lacking, it's on you. Jesus don't owe you a darn thing. Jesus don't owe you a darn thing. Jesus don't owe you a darn thing. Ain't nobody told you that. You don't really know the Bible and scripture. God said, he treated them as if they were strangers, and he chose them. These are women of God, Sister Mother Mary type women. And he treated them like they were strangers, like he never even knew them, because they showed up to the bridegroom party empty-handed. They couldn't believe it. They just knew that they would get let in because they so godly. But those other women who did not share their oil, they knew. See, you want somebody to share oil. You want somebody to carry your water. You want Jesus to share his oil, come down and save you. This is how we get here in America with these democratic liberals. Y'all need Jesus. You don't even know what you're talking about, clown. Give us Barabbas. That's what they said. They didn't say give us Jesus, clown. Everybody who say that. They didn't say give us Jesus. They said give us Barabbas. And we coming up on Easter Sunday. They don't even be knowing what they talking about. They don't know who chat they in. They don't know what the power that it holds. You think I'm just here? You think I'm just on YouTube playing? I was put here. They didn't say give us Jesus, clown.
Is getting criticized in the media.
They said give us Barabbas. You didn't do your homework. Shout out to YBJ, man. You didn't do your homework. They didn't say give us Jesus. They didn't say, Jesus, save us. See, the public had an option. They said, give us Barabbas. Give us the murderous, felonious Barabbas and crucify Jesus. That's what they said. Who is that clown in my chat? Block his ass. Block casual right now. Block his ass. Get out of my chat, clown. Easter Sunday coming up with that really wooful ass. Block him. Blocker, blocker, blocker. Blocker, blocker, blocker. Y'all need Jesus. Y'all get on my nerves. Just a lack of intelligence and not even trying. Just comment, any ignoramus comment. They didn't say give us Jesus. They didn't say they had an option to say, I'm not going to calm down because I love the God. I love my Lord. They didn't say give us Jesus. They didn't say Jesus saves. They didn't say none of that when the public had an option. And y'all do it every day with Sexy Red. I'm not going to calm down. You do it every day with Sexy Red on your radio. Nobody say nothing. Every damn day you say give us Barabbas. Right now in 2020, this clown saying settle down. You settle down. Your kids probably listen to Sexy Red because you don't think it's a big deal. The Pharaoh said, I don't want to be the one. You a clown, Josh. Block his ass. Block his ass. The Pharaoh said, I don't want to be the one with blood on my hand, the Son of God. The clergy that you love so much that everybody want to protect, those same people that everybody want to protect, they said kill him. The clergy that everybody loved, they said kill him. Well, the Pharisees, the Pharaoh didn't want to listen to the clergy. Well, it was a special holiday. And you know what the Pharaoh said? I'm going to leave it up to the people. Easter Sunday is coming for you clowns. Clown? Easter Sunday is coming. So, hey, Josh, you tell that to God. You know what I'm saying? They said put blood over the door so the death angel pass over your house. That's Passover. Josh, you better pray. God love me. God gonna pass over my house. Josh, you in here playing with the wrong person. I got angels protecting me. You better pray that somebody protect you because Passover is coming and he may not pass over your house. Because I'm preaching, I'm teaching right now. I wouldn't play with this word. You haven't lived long enough, Josh, to understand you don't play with the word. Somebody tell Josh he don't play with the word. Josh, you don't play with the word, Josh. Huh? Josh just called down 3,000 gods that's going to be whooping his ass. Josh just called down 3,000 gods. We've been dealing with ignoramuses all day. He just called down 3,000 gods to my protection and to whoop his tail. This is the level of ignorance of today. When we have so much pain and destruction in the world, a clown to make a comedic point would bring upon such karma to himself. I've been teaching how powerful words were. I've been teaching positionality. And for some reason, God wanted to use him as an example of everything we've taught today. He don't even know what we've been talking about the whole time. He don't even know he's being used, right? That's how powerful this thing is. He just called down anybody with their right mind, anybody agreeing or disagreeing with me who watched this in the replay would say, why would you say that, bro? Even if you wanted to troll him, even if you wanted to make him upset, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you call down 3,000 gods upon yourself? Do you know how many prayers that is? Do you know how many different rubrics and allegiance he has to have to make that joke as if 3,000 gods don't exist, as if they won't come calling on him tonight? Hey, Josh, you called us. No. Don't go to sleep, Josh. Don't go to sleep. You called us. You called us. You said you have allegiance to 3,000. We here. See, people think life is fake. People think life is not real. People think they can say whatever they say. That's what happened in the past 4 years. That's what the Democrats did. That's what the liberals did. All these people were thinking that, no, there's no repercussions to life. Or we could just leave Afghanistan. Or we could just do anything social issues. We could put tampons in any bathroom. We could say, this is a man bathroom. This is a woman bathroom. And no one will care. Well, guess what? People care. There are consequences, Josh, and there are a bill to pay. What people like you and the Democrats in the last 4 years forgot is that the socialists that you were taught is taught that there was no bill to pay. There is a bill to pay. Today, we've been talking about Elon Musk versus JD Vance and the bill that JD Vance paid for power. JD Vance paid a bill. JD Vance, a real man. You are a clown. You are not an American. You are what we have for the past 4 years. People who can't do push-ups, people who couldn't get into the military. JD Vance is a real husband, father, college graduate, financially successful, and got himself into the vice presidential. A winner, a winner, a winner, a winner. We've been talking about, and he did it the right way. Elon Musk did not invent all of the things that you love him for. Elon Musk did not take the proper routes to power. Elon Musk is positioned right next to the president. I have been debating this morning positionality and presidential. We want JD Vance to be the front runner for the Republican Party. I don't know what you want, Josh. You just a clown in the chat. We want JD Vance. And what we recognize is that Elon Musk's position is too close to Trump because we don't see enough of JD Vance at the Pentagon, in the Oval Office, at the White House. I don't want to see a Tesla anymore. I don't even want to see Elon Musk anymore. I want to see JD Vance. I want to see him answering questions. I want to see him creating policy. I want him not to be able to have the same criticism as a Kamala Harris. I want to see JD Vance in the forefront, and this BS has to stop. Now, you can continue to be a clown. We're going to do work here because we don't want the Dems to get the office back. We think it's important for our children, for families. I believe in America. I believe American families, and we don't want the Dems to get the office back, and Elon cannot run for president in the next presidential election. You're just a troll. You're just a clown. The truth is position and power go hand in hand. And physicality, which you didn't listen to because you haven't been here the whole time, but I love that you're here now because you're allowing me to give a step-by-step recap of what we discussed today. Because there's so many individuals who don't understand power, soft power, and positionality. And what we have is Elon positioned next to the president, and it's supposed to be JD Vance. And JD Vance will face ridicule and criticism for this era of this 4-year term if he intends to run for president, because people who understand power will say to JD Vance, why didn't you check Elon, who is not an elected official? Whether or not the audio is real doesn't matter. We have a power problem. Over the weekend, what's his name said, I solved the 3-body problem. What we have right now with JD Vance, Trump, and Elon is a 3-body problem. This is extremely complex, and most people like Josh will not be able to comprehend it. Josh, do you know what the 3-body problem is? Now we got 2 billionaires, right? 2 billionaires, and then you got JD Vance, who's friends with a billionaire and a multimillionaire. This is a 3-body problem. The orbit. Think about how much inertia Elon Musk takes up as a billionaire, SpaceX owner, a Twitter owner. And then think about the orbit and how much inertia and gravity Trump takes up as a billionaire, as a president. They're orbiting each other. Do you know they are so powerful in their orbit that even if JD Vance was in this orbit, we're not even seeing JD Vance. This is a 3-body problem. Josh, you said you juggle. Josh, you said you juggle. Throw in the 3rd ball, Josh. And who will the people pay attention to? Huh? You juggle, Josh? Throw in the 3rd body. Why don't we have a president, a vice president, and a vice president? Because that's what we have now. Why don't we have a trilogy at the head of the office? Why didn't the framers and the founders have a 3-body problem? No, we have a president, a vice president, and a vice president. Who are they going to focus on? Who's going to run for president next? This is real. It's not about the audio. It's about the 3-body problem. And that is where the intellect of the American people gets lost. And that's why every article that you see today will be referring to the validity of the AI. They won't prove to you that the AI is fake. They are going to depend on your lack of intellect and just tell you the AI is fake and not talk to you about the 3-body problem. I don't want to hear CNN, Wall Street Don't tell me about whether or not the AI is fake. Talk to me as a citizen about the three-body problem that I'm seeing with my own eyes. I'm seeing with my own eyes a three-body problem. So Wall Street Journal, CNN, New York Times, don't tell me whether or not the audio is fake. Address the three-body problem. And how, as a citizen, let's say I'm a Democrat, I want to vote Republican, or a Republican, I may go to Democrat. How do you address the three-body problem in these two billionaires orbiting, and then you're going to want me to focus on JD Vance? I barely can focus on Trump because the orbit, Elon is such a huge planet. Trump is a huge planet too, but how the hell do you expect people to focus on JD Vance? You got planet Trump and planet Elon. And JD Vance is not a planet, not yet, but we want him to run for president in the next presidential election. He's lost in this three-body problem. That's what today's show has been about. And I want to educate people to always be questioning the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times when they tell you it's about the validity of the audio. It's not about the validity of the audio. It's about, why does Elon believe he has prosecution powers? Why does Elon believe he has prosecution powers of the Pentagon? That's what it's about. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming in. Shout out to the trolls. Whether y'all believe it or not, the trolls are awesome. I gave a great recap right now because the troll came in. If the troll didn't come in, I wouldn't have been able to give that great recap. So I appreciate you, Josh. Spoon, watch the replay. Josh said Vance is rude, though, not a professional. The problem with people like you is you probably want the Democrats to win in the next election. But anybody like me who understand what the Democrats did in the past 4 years, we can't let them get back in power because they're going to ruin America. We were in two wars simultaneously, the Afghan war and the Iraq war. The past 4 years should have been a rebuild. Instead, Biden and his liberal social agenda gave away power and gave away money outside of America. Biden ran hiding in Afghanistan. He embarrassed us. We never talk about it. Those two wars cost us a lot of money. It cost us physical. I had a military wife in the chat. 2 wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. It cost a lot of American lives. It cost money. It cost us emotionally, bro. We were spent, and Biden ignored us. The Democrats ignored us. They ignored our pain. They ignored our exhaustion. They didn't care, bro. That's why Trump won so handedly. The Democrats didn't listen to America. They couldn't read the room. They just kept stealing and taking, bro. It was such an evil thing that happened in the past 4 years. After you asked us to give us our sons, you asked for my son. You took my son. You asked for our sons. You asked our sons to go to war. You said they were terrorists. You said we had to protect ourselves. You did that for 20 years. You asked for our sons. 2 wars. And then after those 2 wars, you tell our sons to come back home, and you don't have jobs for white men. You don't have jobs for black men. You demonize masculinity. But for the past 20 years, you wanted our sons to go kill. But when they came back home, you said they were toxically masculine. You just sent them to war. We had 2 wars. How could you say they're toxically masculine when you just told them they were terrorists and you got to go kill to stop these terrorists? Now they're toxically masculine. Now you hate white men. Now white boys don't read well. Now black boys can't read. I said on this channel that 80% of teachers are white women, and that directly affects how young white men are illiterate and how young black boys are illiterate, because those white females they see Trump when they see that young white male in their class, and he may be a little bit upset. Maybe he's like JD Vance. Maybe every white kid don't have a mother and a father. Maybe he's like JD Vance. Maybe he's a little bit frustrated in class. And because they have this idea of Trump and evil white men, they don't teach that young white male child. They don't give that extra effort. They send him to the office so he's not learning his reading, writing, or arithmetic. They scare everybody about black men so that white female teacher, when that black child comes in, and he may be like JD Vance, he may be a little bit frustrated because his dad's not home. And what does that white female teacher do? She doesn't see the frustration. She doesn't give him the extra help. She sends him to the office because she's afraid of him, because he's associating that black male child with violence. She's associating power and masculinity to the white male child. And everybody today who didn't understand power and positionality, you need to understand it's happening in your school, that the white women teaching white male kids don't see that white male child who doesn't have a dad. They see Trump and they hate Trump and they hate men and they hate masculinity. So that white child is not getting the help he needs. So when I said about the Department of Education, I said the biggest group of people who are illiterate are white males. I said, you know why white males are the most illiterate? Because white women are the teachers and they've been poisoned against white men. They think all white men are evil, so that white male child is not getting the education that he needs. It's been happening to black boys for the past 20 years. She's scared of the black boy. She doesn't see the black boy as having a learning issue. She's afraid. She doesn't see that young white male, JD Vance, as having a learning issue. She hates Trump. So what Spoon Boom said, so white women are the problem. You obviously are not a member of the Mud Club. What's that boy name with the Mud Club that we got Charlie Kirk, but what's the other dude? He's on Rumble. But he always talk about white women. It's a white dude. He's married to a white woman, but he talks about how what ruined the country is white women. Steven Crowder, that's him. I ain't making this up. This ain't a channel. I'm not no crazy black guy. If you notice how I articulate these points, I know what I'm talking about. This ain't just shit pulling out my ass. Steven Crowder, and he's been passionate. I remember he had the argument with his wife when she was pregnant, and everybody got mad at Steven Crowder because he checked her. It's power in this house. I don't give a fuck if you pregnant, bitch. Steven Crowder checked her, and everybody got upset. Power dynamic. I don't care if I get divorced. I keep in the power dynamic in this house. Steven Crowder always talks about white women and their effects. This is where all this tampons, that dude from Wisconsin, he was a white woman. I know he was a man, but he damn near was a white woman. That's why Kamala lost. He talking about, I'll beat up a Democrat's ass. All these guys on YouTube, I'll kick their ass. You ain't kicking nobody's ass, Grandpa. What the hell is he talking about? That's why y'all lost. Y'all know the Dems are gonna try to run that clown. The Dems think that clown is viable in politics. He doesn't have, oh my God. This is the reality. If y'all don't pay attention, you could end up with Tim Walz. While Josh is joking, would that be funny, Josh? Would you go to that circus? Who would be the clown then, Josh? Who would be the clown then, Josh? If we end up with Tim Walz? What happens to American men? Straight up. Spoon said the guy who verbally abused his wife. What's verbally abusing? This is what happened in the past 4 years with the Dems. This made up BS. What's verbally abusing? How do you verbally abuse another human being, an adult? See, unknowingly, when you say stuff like that, it's sexist. It's sexist to say or assume that you could be somehow abusive verbally to someone because of their sex. Because you put wife in your comment. You know, a lot of people, I live in Northern California, there were protests in Mexico with women busting down a bridal shop. A lot of women in Northern California, they don't even like the fact that you would put wife in the sentence. You try to troll and make some comment to be edgy and get a rise. You don't even know who you're talking to. I'm from Northern California. A lot of women don't even identify with wife anymore because they see it as waif, as a slave. So they protest against the moniker of wife. So you're emphasizing something that most feminists who I know in Northern California are offensive to. So your troll doesn't work. That's how dumb a lot of trolls are. They're idiots. They're clowns. They just want to say something like an idiot. Josh keeps coming in with idiot comments. He's 12. The other guy he called is 16. They're both like super bad. They don't have sex. They don't pay rent. These are clowns who don't understand politics and don't understand anything they're talking about. When he says wife, he don't understand. He know who Steven Crowder is because Steven Crowder attracts guys like this. But what I love about Steven is he clowns you. Whenever you get out of boundary on the Mud Club, Steven always reminds you how much of a pissant you are, how much of a wimp you are if you're not married, if you're not loving your children, if you're not paying your bills and take care of your house, praying to God, going to work every day. You're not that kind of guy. Steven always reminds you that you are a product of those women that he talked about. You're not that guy. You're not the guy to protect your wife. You're not the guy to protect your children. You're not the guy to protect your home. You're not the guy to protect your country. The other day I said it's God and country. You're not that guy. You don't understand God and country are together. Do you understand that? Do you understand God and country are something? Do you understand you don't have a country without God? When you create a country, when they created America, God and country are simultaneous. When you go to Spain, what is the synonymous religion in God with Spain? You know, God and country is linked together. When you go to Israel, what's the God and country when you go to Israel? When you go to Afghanistan, when you go to Iraq, when you go to Yemen, when you go to these places, God and country are linked. When we talk about the Shiites and all of these different things, when we talk about the Islam and these are God and country are linked together, clowns. You are clowns. So important, but it's so powerful when the trolls and the clowns come in because it lets me get out this fire and it lets me address these things, and then they look stupid. They get quiet. The trolls always get quiet when you present real information, real intelligence. They get quiet. Hush mouth. I'm on a live stream. YouTube pays you the longer you're live. The longer I'm live, the better. The more I say, the better. The more you comment, the better. The more we interact, the better. This is all win-win for me. I love and thank you, Josh and Spoon. We can keep going. We can do this for 6 hours. Kai Cenat goes for 30 days. He calls it a campaign, a subathon. Let's do a subathon. How much time you got, Josh? How much time you got, Spoon? Let's go. Subathon. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, man. And shout out to YouTube, man. I really like YouTube, man. I appreciate YouTube, man. It's been a great day, man. When like, share, and subscribe. Every morning I do this, you guys. Josh Spoon. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I do this every morning, top of the mid-morning podcast from an OG perspective, man. If you want to DM me some concepts or you just want to troll and say some rude things, you can go to my Instagram, Perfect Time Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So if you got any comments or anything like that, you can go to my Instagram. Beyond what you say today, you can go to my Instagram and say, Perfect, you don't know what you're talking about. You didn't bring this up, or this a good topic, or whatever. You can do that in my Instagram, and I will look at that, and we can talk about the topics on the next live. We go live every day. Check out the long form content on my page. Again, thank you for coming through, you guys. The trolls, y'all don't know how many. I mean, I like for people in celebrity, you know what I'm saying? It's like the people who hate you. This is what Facebook figured out. The people who hate you is better. Facebook had the like and the like. Y'all remember that? Y'all pretend to be intelligent, Josh and Spoon. The people who hate you is better. That helps you grow more. That's what Facebook figured out. This is why they got in trouble, because they understood if we can create arguments and we can put Republicans in the same chat with Democrats and we get them arguing like Spoon and Josh did, this benefits us. This is what Facebook figured out. And so they created contention. Instead of consensus, we've talked about consensus. When we talked about politically advantageous, we talked about consensus. You need to create consensus. But Facebook figured out what was more profitable consensus: contention. Oh, we had a good time today. I appreciate it, bro. I mean, hit the like button. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. God bless you. Somebody said, pray for me. Even if you were trolling, I'll send a prayer for you and cover you and your family. Yo, the first black female congresswoman, she was Mormon. She passed away from brain cancer, and we want to send our prayers and condolences. Um, she was in Utah, LDS. I talked about my relationship with the LDS in Arizona. Great people. Like, I admired them. I like BYU was like one of my favorite picks for college. And I told you about them going to seminary, how I believe seminary and their faith made them such a great community and people. And this woman must have understood that. Her family must have understood that because they came here from Haiti. She was LDS. She was married. She was the first black Republican woman in Congress. And it's like hard to believe. Like, I'm like, nah. Because like I talked about white women, we could have a talk about black women, but I'm like, man, we never had a black woman as a Republican in Congress. And the first one was LDS from Utah. This week, I've been talking about how great America is. That's an example. I mean, without all the trolling and all the BS, that's a huge example of how great America is. A black woman, a Haitian, a child of a Haitian immigrant, a black woman she's married to a white man. I mean, all the things that people put us in boxes and categories. You would not think this exists. It's not supposed to exist. It's not supposed to exist. It's not supposed to be no black woman in Utah who's LDS, married to a white man, happily married to a white man with 3 kids, and then she gets elected by those white people. Because white people are evil, huh? White people are evil. Mormons are evil. They don't like black people. And she is the first congresswoman that's Republican. If all the things, the BS that they tell you is real, then what's up with this story? If white people so evil, why didn't we have other black women as Republicans in the Congress? And if white people are evil and Utah is racist, how is Utah the place that elected a black woman Republican, the first one? Not California, not New York. She passed away of brain cancer. She was young. She was 49. That bothers me because I'm in my 40s. She was 49. She passed away of brain cancer, and she left children and family. She's going to go down in history for being the first black woman as a Republican in the Congress. But today we want, as we pray for that person who, even if they were trolling, said they need prayer, we're going to send a prayer out to her and her family, covering over their family. And we want to say thank you to her thank you for your service, for being the first black woman as a Republican Congresswoman. Thank you for your commitment to your country, because you could have been anything. You could have got rich being a lawyer, but instead you went into public service. Thank you. Thank you to your family who raised you to be such a great American. Thank you to your kids. God bless you. I pray a great journey home for you. God bless you and your family, man, and God bless America, and thank you for your service to the country. And I know a lot of people are going to say thank you for your commitment to your faith and to your family. You know, so much for being a good wife. Thank you for being a good wife. You know, the commitment you show to your country, you showed that same commitment. How difficult, like women be, the godly, they be amazing, man. She was a congresswoman and still a wife and a mother. If you see the picture with her family, you know she was a good wife and mother and also a congresswoman. That's commendable. That's commendable. That's commendable to be able to do all of those things. A wife, a mother, a congresswoman. America, if we take the time to look, and we can find great things. They focus us on the negative, but in this country, the impossible happens. In this country, the magical happens. If I told you that there was a daughter of a Haitian immigrant who chose to be LDS, married interracially and became Republican and was elected to the Congress, you would not believe me. It would be a TV movie. Because you would say, well, why did they move to Utah? Why did she become LDS? Why did she marry interracially? Why did she run for? It's not believable. It only can happen in America. Do you understand that? Because America is so great, only in America you can love who you want to love, pray to whatever God you want to pray to, and have whatever job you want to have. Do y'all get how magical and beautiful our country is? Only in America could this story be true. For a black woman to do all of these things that can happen nowhere else in the world, where I could pray to whatever God I want to pray to. I can marry whatever man I want to marry. No other country. And then think about this. I am not only accepted, I am elected to power as a black Mormon married to a white man. You elect me to Congress. How could this not be the greatest country in the world? How could this not? And why don't we have more stories about the greatness and the magicalness of America that can only happen in America? Why is it that on the news every night? Examples, because JD Vance is another. Do you get JD Vance as an example? The same, so JD Vance is a white man married to an Indian woman. He came from a single parent home. He's a great example of America, something that can only happen in America. She could not marry a white man, be her religion in any other country. That's how amazing America is. Greatest country on the planet, man. Greatest country on the planet, man. Y'all have a good morning, man. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow.